Hey guys, the last time I did a Q&A, I went to my Instagram followers and I asked you guys to ask questions and I was going to do a video. Well, this time I went to my Twitter followers and I asked you guys what questions you had for me and then I was going to answer them. I have about 12 to 13, maybe 15 questions here that I'm going to answer. So let's just go ahead and jump in and get started. Question number 1 is, do you find yourself more relaxed this pregnancy? Absolutely not, because my last pregnancy I had no kids. I just went to work, I came home, I laid in bed all day, and now it's like, did I eat lunch? Like, did I even change Jackson's diaper? Like, it's just life is a lot busier right now, so I definitely am not more relaxed. What family traditions do you want to start for little Jackson this year? This is a great question and it is actually something that we kind of just thought of. My parents used to do this often for us. They would give us children silver dollars. And silver dollars are just really fun to have. And so what I want to start doing as a tradition is every Christmas Eve have the kids open some sort of silver, whether it be a silver dollar, a silver brick, like real full on silver, something like that. I think that is really good to have and I think it's really fun. What is your favorite Christmas tradition you had as a kid that you want to do with your kids? This is something that also I just thought of this year, and sometimes traditions just naturally come. You don't just think of it and make it a tradition, but growing up, a neighbor was a cake decorator and she always made us these amazing pastry wreaths. And it was full of like a jelly, and we would eat it on Christmas Day, and we would just eat leftover food, but our main thing would we just snack on that pastry wreath all day. And so this year I think on Christmas Eve I want to carry on that tradition and I want to try and attempt to make a Christmas pastry wreath, and that way on Christmas Day we have that to snack on all day. What is your favorite memory with Jared? I would have to say one of my top favorite memories of Jared was when we were waiting in the hospital to have Jackson, when it was just us. It was snowing outside, it was peaceful, the lights were dim, and it was just us two waiting for the arrival of our son. I have started doing daily vlogs. Any advice? I do have some advice. I would definitely say don't think you have to film a ton of footage, because when Jared and I started it was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's like, try and film 8 minutes of footage. Don't just try and do like 4 or 5 small clips, and I think that is definitely helpful because it doesn't make you discouraged as you have like all this footage or all this stuff to edit. So I would definitely start with a little amount of footage. I would definitely just stay positive, because sometimes doing daily videos you're like, is this even worth it? And thirdly, I would just say to be content with where you are and know that every channel grows at a different rate and to not get discouraged. What advice would you give someone who is on a budget about makeup and is just starting out? I would say the drugstore Revlon lipsticks are the best. I love my $4 or $5 lipsticks from Revlon at the drugstore. You know, Maybelline mascaras are great. That's a good low price budget for makeup. And as far as eyeshadows, I personally don't use drugstore eyeshadows. I really like, it's makeupgeek.com. She is a YouTuber here on YouTube, and she has eyeshadows that are dupes for MAC eyeshadows that are $5. So I would say go buy 4 eyeshadows or 3 eyeshadows from her, and that way you have a couple eyeshadows, a little mascara, a little lipstick. I think that's a great starter kit, and you can definitely get all of that with a good budget. Are you planning on leaving your hair darker for more than just fall, winter, like you said in the vlogs? I like it. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you like it. I am planning on keeping my hair a little bit deeper, darker like this, probably until spring. Maybe I'm gonna color it one more time and keep it about how it is now, and then, you know, maybe here in a couple months add a few highlights to it. I definitely won't keep it like this forever though. I am naturally blonde, so I like blonde. Even though you had trouble with Jackson, are you still going to breastfeed your next baby? Absolutely, and I'm going to stick to the same saying that I said when I was pregnant with Jackson, is I'm not going to stress if in 3 months when I have my baby and my baby's struggling or I'm struggling, it's okay to give the baby formula. And I wish I would have kept to that saying when I did have Jackson, because I did stress too much. I regret wasting that week of Jackson so upset and me so upset because, and honestly, I think he had a hard time latching even though I went to a specialist. I really think that he was very confused because we did use the nipple shield. So I will do things a little different this time around. I will refuse to use the nipple shield, but I'm just gonna let nature take its course. If we can breastfeed and it's great, I cannot wait to do it. But if we are struggling, I'm definitely not opposed to formula. What do you do to prevent split ends / dry hair? I would say, especially if you're growing your hair out, instead of getting your hair cut every 6 to 8 weeks, get your hair trimmed every 8 to 10 weeks. And you have to get it trimmed because if your ends split, it's just gonna keep splitting and splitting. So definitely keep your hair trimmed. Do a deep conditioning treatment once a week. You can just put coconut oil all over your hair, let it sit for 20 minutes. Over your dry hair, just put it all over your hair, let it sit, and then shampoo and condition it. Or, here's a good tip. When you're in the shower, right when you get in, rinse your hair, take coconut oil and put it on your ends as a conditioner. And then, pretend like it's not there, shampoo just your scalp, rinse your hair. That way the shampoo isn't drying out the ends, and then condition your hair like normal and then rinse it out. That way your ends are just completely protected in the shower because there's no need to shampoo those ends because it doesn't matter how greasy your hair is, those ends need to be protected. Here's one last tip. I always tell people, you would never put a hot iron on your skin. So why would you put it on your hair without protectant? So always have heat protectant, whether you're letting your hair air dry because it needs that moisture, or if you're blow drying it, or if you're curling it. Or if you are like me, where you've slept on it for 3 days and you don't want to wash it, still spray it with heat protectant when you do a few curls. So my favorite is argan oil, and the reason why it's my favorite is there is 0 alcohol in it. Even some professional hair products, the first ingredient is alcohol. It's gonna burn your hair, so look at the ingredients. Don't get alcohol, especially as the first ingredient. Argan oil, you can actually get a good brand like this at Sally's Beauty Supply, or ask any professional, like go to a hair cutting salon and they'll have some sort of heat protectant. But those are my tips for you. What would your last meal be on earth? My last meal would be mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, green beans, and my mom's homemade rolls, and jam, and grape juice. That is such a good meal. Like a Sunday meal like that, I could, oh, that's the best meal. Mashed potatoes and gravy. That would be my very last meal, would be mashed potatoes and homemade gravy. That is the best. What has been your most rewarding moment as a mother? And I also had a comment of what's kind of been the hardest part. And I would say, like last night, Jackson woke up about 3 times in the night. He wasn't feeling well. He had bad diapers. And it was really hard because I'm pregnant, I have a headache, I'm tired, he's crying, I'm changing his diaper. It's so hard, but the most rewarding moment is when I get him cleaned up and we're in the rocking chair and both our eyes are closed and we're rocking. Like that is the most rewarding moment ever, that he is happy, that I have taken care of him and I have soothed him. That has to be the best part about parenting, is when he gets hurt and I pick him up and he's happy, or if I come around a corner and I scare him and he starts laughing. Like, that's the best. What are you most nervous about with having 2 kids? I think I'm probably most nervous about splitting my time up. Like, I have a hard time even sharing my time with Jared and Jackson. It's like, how am I gonna split all of my time up? But I think with having this next baby, I may even be surprised because then those 2 will play together, and you know, once the baby grows up a little bit, you know, they'll play together. So, you know, there's pros and cons to a lot of things and there's struggles, but I definitely am just looking forward to having siblings in the home. It's gonna be so fun to have Jackson have a brother or sister, and I'm really excited. Do you have any ideas on what pushchair or stroller you'll get when baby number 2 comes? Are you going to go for a double? Absolutely. I want so bad. I need, no, I just want so bad, is the City Select double stroller. You can use it as a single stroller, or you can add another part to it, and it can be a double stroller. And they sit in front of each other, or they can face away from each other, or they can like angle. It's just the coolest stroller. It is pricey, but it is something that it's worth for me to invest in, and I am planning on getting that before the baby comes. Okay guys, that is all the questions that I am going to be able to answer today. Thank you for participating. I did read all of the questions that you guys did ask. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do this often. It's actually really fun, and I hope that you guys had fun listening to some of those answers. But thank you so much. I'm going to see you guys on Tuesday, and I believe I will announce the winner of my giveaway on Tuesday as well. So have a good weekend, guys. Thanks. Bye.